Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday opened his marathon news conference and call-in show. It is an annual event that he has used to reinforce his authority and demonstrate sweeping control of the country's political scene. Putin, who has held power for nearly a quarter century, was greeted with applause as he arrived in the hall near the Kremlin.
Знаете, когда у нас все спокойно, размеренно, стабильно, нам скучно. Застой. Хочется движухи. Как только начинается движуха, все свистит у виска. И секунды, и пули, к сожалению, и пули сейчас свистят. Так нам страшно. Ужас, ужас. Ну, ужас. Но не ужас, ужас, ужас.
The carefully calculated assassination of Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, the head of Russia's nuclear, biological and chemical protection troops, was designed to spread fear and loathing. Fear because if Ukrainian special forces can kill a top commander in Moscow, nobody is safe. Ukrainian officials say they hold him responsible for 4,800 incidents involving the use of chemical weapons against the country's forces since the start of the war, which they say have left more than 2,000 servicemen hospitalized and 3 dead. The murder of Kirillov is perhaps the most brazen and high-profile committed by Ukrainians to date, but it is not the first. The secret 5th Directorate of Counterintelligence of the SBU, which has a mandate to carry out targeted killings abroad, and the GUR, the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Agency, both operate on Russian territory, the article states. Both intelligence services are said to have sophisticated networks and methods of operation within the country. Their last previous target was believed to be Mikhail Shatsky, a weapons expert who helped Russia modernize cruise missiles used against Ukraine and who was shot dead near his home last week. Ukrainian agents have eliminated dozens of Russian commanders, officials, alleged collaborators, and propagandists since the start of the war, mostly in occupied Ukraine. American spies believe Ukraine was also involved in the car bombing that killed Daria Dugina, the daughter of Russian nationalist ideologue Alexander Dugin, in 2022. His murder fits an accelerating pattern of assassinations in Russia by Kyiv of senior Kremlin officials linked to the war. 5 days ago, a senior scientist on the Kremlin's missile program was shot dead in a forest in a Moscow suburb. Over the past couple of months, top Russian Air Force, Navy and Army commanders have been hunted down and killed in southern Russia. In many ways, the assassination of Kirillov feels like a high point for Ukraine's flamboyant assassination program, a fine-tuned process that has taken out senior propagandists, collaborator officials, journalists, scientists, and military officers in Russia and occupied Ukraine. Bombs hidden under cars, in scooters, and in vanity busts have been Ukrainian assassins' preferred tool, but they have also shot dead their targets. The events have dealt a serious blow to Putin's reputation. He is dissatisfied with the work of Russian counterintelligence and special services. Russian generals are in fear.
Australia will reopen its embassy in Kyiv, Foreign Minister Penny Wong said during a visit to the Ukrainian capital on Wednesday, while her Ukrainian counterpart requested further military support including Bushmaster armored vehicles. Stressing the need for continued support, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha said the value of Australian assistance to his country so far exceeded $1 billion, of which $880 million was military assistance. The situation on the battlefield remains very difficult. The need to strengthen our soldiers remains extremely urgent, he said. Wong said she would take Ukraine's requests back to Australia for consideration and pledged her continuing support for the Ukrainian people. Australia stands with Ukraine and we want you to win this war on your own terms. We want Ukrainians to live in peace, to be able to rebuild their lives and their homeland, she said.
Ключовою темою наших переговорів була додаткова підтримка Австралії, насамперед зміцнення стійкості України. Ми глибоко вдячні за військову допомогу, зокрема нещодавнє надання 49 танків «Абрамс» та 14 катерів. І загальний обсяг допомоги Австралії склав понад $1 мільярд, з яких 880 мільйонів – військова допомога. Ситуація на полі бою залишається дуже складною. Потреба посилення наших воїнів залишається надзвичайно нагальною. Тому сьогодні я звернувся із запитом на додаткову військову підтримку, включаючи знамениті австралійські бушмастери. Так, інше озброєння. Ми також запропонуємо врахувати потреби.
I have described President Putin's act of using the Russian veto to justify and continue his own illegal actions as the acts of a coward. And he has now sunk to new lows in inviting North Korea to cooperate to try and win this war. It is a reminder that our security, as between the Euro-Atlantic and the Indo-Pacific, are interconnected. Australia stands with Ukraine, and we want you to end this war on your own terms. We want Ukrainians to live in peace, to be able to rebuild their lives and their homeland. I'm very pleased to announce that we are now able to reopen our embassy in Kyiv. We always said we would do so when it was safe to do so. We have been working to re-establish the security arrangements to enable this to happen, and I'm very pleased to be here to announce the reopening of the Australian embassy. We have also previously announced $30 million for drones and $50 million for short-range air defence systems. And in 2023, we gifted 120 Bushmasters. I have heard my friends' request for further assistance, and obviously I will take those requests back to Australia for further consideration.